Welcome, Yasash Yasu, and hello, amigos of Pafos FC. I'm Amigo Darren, your host, and today we are going to look at yesterday's match between Akritas Chlorokas and Pafos FC, played at the Stelios Kyriakidis Stadium on a 6 p.m. kickoff. So, 4th position versus 11th position. That's what we were looking at yesterday, and there were storm clouds brewing on the horizon, and we went down to the ground thinking, fingers crossed, it doesn't start absolutely hammering it down. You'll see what happened in a minute. Anyway, look, this is the last league game before the playoffs for the league title. Excuse me while I have a drink. So things are going to get pretty exciting now, from now on, without a shadow of a doubt. Things are looking up. Let's take a look at the important parts of the game from this today.
Η ομάδα του Ακρίτα με τον Βασιλείου να περνά την πάσα απέναντι. Ο Μπρούνο δεν πρόλαβε, ευκαιρία μεγάλη. Έχουμε συνέχεια στο παιχνίδι, λέει ο Μενέλαος Αντωνίου. Φωνάζουν για πέναλτι.
Now, listen. When I first saw this, I thought, that's not a penalty. No way. But then, the more I looked at it, the more I started having doubts. And it was starting to look like maybe things have been a bit rash. Let's just play this on. I'm going to mute down the sound a little bit. And let's see what you think. So the ball comes through. He taps it. It looks nothing. It looks innocuous from that angle. But when you play it from this angle, Kalata, he absolutely smashed him. And like, I'm thinking, hold on a minute here. And then, to cap it all, he gets booked. He gets booked for his troubles. Or the lad who was complaining got booked for his troubles. Now, correct me if I'm wrong here. I don't know what you guys think, and ladies, but when he clattered him on that tackle from behind, that looked a stone bonking penalty as far as I was concerned. And I actually remember turning around and saying, yeah, that's a pen. That's every day, is that a pen? But I mean, it was a flailing arm anyway. That's what I first saw that, to say the least. And in my opinion, I think that should have been a penalty. It looked rough by Bruno. And I tell you what, another ref might have given it. Might have given it. Saying that, if it had been given, would it have changed the outcome of the game? Oh, no, it might have certainly changed the momentum of the game at that stage, because it was early doors. It was within 3, 4, 5 minutes, I think. So, yeah, it could have changed the outcome, I suppose, but I guess we will never know whether it will. I mean, when a ref books a player as well for complaining so adamantly, that's a bit harsh, because you know in your heart of hearts, if you've made a mistake, then you'll make it up to that team in one way, shape or form or another. That's the way it goes as human beings mentally. But I don't think he realised he'd made a mistake. There was no VAR. They didn't check it for the ref. Or if they did, they said something over his earpiece and said, yeah, it's okay, don't worry about it. But when you play it, when he comes flying in like that, you're like, eesh, you know? But anyway, and then, let me shrink me down. Then we move on to another penalty claim, this time for Pafos. Let's have a look what happened here. I didn't even see it the first time, I must admit. It was only when they replayed it and I saw the ball hit his arm. And there you go, I said it, the ball hit his arm, not his arm hit the ball. And quite rightly, waved off by the ref. It was never a penalty in a million years. Not a million years. He was looking down instead of looking at where the ball was. So he didn't even know where the ball was when it came in. and his arm was in a relatively natural position. Raised, yes, but for me, not a penalty, and I support that decision by the ref. So the ref's running on 1-1 at the moment. And then, obviously, we move on, and, well, says it all. What a strike. This fella is on fire at the moment. Correa, again, he scored 4 last week, and he scored the first one this week. And composure in front of goal, second to none. Absolute stone bonker of a goal. He took it as it was coming down, it bounced, and he's taken it as it's come back down and just buried it. Even on the replays, it looks better. You know? Look at this, he's onside. Bang! What a goal. What a goal. Oh, I was half expecting him to knock it across to Anderson, but no. And you can tell the Chlorokas player is not happy, Miller. But nothing wrong with that. Sweet strike. 1-0 Pafos. Or enemy then. Here we go. We're off the mark and running. Thumbs up from the coach. Yeah, what is? Oh, I'll talk about that later. They had the chances, missed it. Dragomir again. Oh, man. I tell you what, we did start to play better. I think we played better in the second half than we did in the first. Ball comes in. Sunic. Do you know what? When I first saw that goal, I thought it was a bit scrappy, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It was a great knockback from David Luiz, and Sunic just buried it in the corner, right foot, buried it. I only noticed it on the replay, but great strike. Happy boys, happy team. That's what I like to see. You know, a bit of bonding going on there. Love it. Great knockback and buried. Bottom corner. Get in. You see it better from this angle. Knock back. Bang. Get in. 2-0. Viomiden. Well, now we started to take control. 55 minutes in. The wind was unbelievable. I mean, when you saw that on the replay, it curved, blew the ball all the way backwards, and like, whew. But the wind was really strong from left to right as you're looking at the screen. And boy, did it put down some weather later. Jar Jar strike, just whistled past. Not bad efforts from Pafos. We started to dominate. They were resorting to super long range shots. I was nowhere near on target, but not to worry, Michael, anyway. And then we had this. Bang. Oh. David Luiz. What a strike. On the volley. And smashes it. And it hits the post, comes back out, hits the keeper on the side of the leg and goes back in before the keeper's even known what's going on. Hence the keeper's sorrowful collapse into the back of the net when he realised what had happened. Yeah, David Luiz, man. Here it is. Bang. There he goes. Like a skittle falling down. There you go. Oh, exasperation, that is. But a great strike from David Luiz. Awesome. Yeah. He might be getting on, but he can still bang a ball in. Anyway, back to the game. Not a bad effort from the Chlorokas striker, who hurt himself in the process, like. And I think it was from this point that the heavens absolutely opened. Ooh, nearly by Mr. Silva. Not bad. And this is the icing on the cake. Job done. 4-0. Resounding victory for Pafos in the 90th minute. And look at the rain, man. It is absolutely banging it. but we kept it going. And it's nice to see that we kept it going up in the 90th minute, you know. We didn't let the foot off the gas like last week, 7-0. This week, 4-0. I tell you what, it's time for Pafos to come good. And like, if it's too late, it's too late. But you know what? It's enjoyable to see. Enjoyable to see. The boys are not giving it up without a fight. Good finish by Jar Jar. Came off the defender, but it still went in the back of the net. Good, good, good. Exasperation. He's not happy. He's not happy. So, listen, let's move on. My man of the match. Okay, nothing official, but certainly a great team performance, to say the least. Great team performance from Pafos. We dominated it and defended much better in the second half than we did in the first. So, my man of the match, 2 weeks in a row. It's got to be, isn't it? There is only one. And it has to be Mr. Correa again. Well done. Well done, Mr. Correa. Outstanding runs in attack. His choices of runs in between the defenders, awesome. He's had some good service from Dragomir and Sunic, and good tracking back in defence as well. It's a few people that could learn a lot from watching this fella play, and I tell you, and even though he's been playing up front on the right, he does track back and does his work in defence as well. So well done, Correa. Long may you serve, as they say. And we did notice, actually, that he picked up an injury, or it looked like he picked up an injury, late knock-ins in the game, and fingers crossed, everything's okay. And it was just a knock on the night, you know. We do not want to lose a goal, a player who is banging in 5 goals in 2 matches. Anyway, as I said before, awesome win, 4-0 for Pafos, which puts us into 3rd place at present, with the other teams to play tonight, and Monday evening. And things are going to get interesting. Definitely going to get interesting. The playoffs are coming thick and fast. And our first match will probably be against, I'm going to put my neck on the block here, probably be against AEK. After today's games have been completed, I'm going to say that we're probably going to be playing AEK first. But you never know. Things can happen in football. It can be strange times. And you look at some of the results all the way through the season. It's been weird. It has been weird. Hard to predict, which makes it even more exciting. So I never used to like the playoffs. I used to think it was ridiculous. What's the point in having them? But they've kind of grown on me now. And it just makes it that little bit more interesting and exciting for the fans, because you could be in 6th place and have a good run and put the heebie-jeebies up people, you know what I mean? So it's all to play for. Absolutely all to play for. So listen, make sure you like and subscribe. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And just remember that Pafos, it's not just a club, it's a way of life. You know it. You know it. Anyway, anything else to add? Yes, I have, actually. I'm putting a little compilation together for you of all the goals scored over the season, if I can find them all, that is, in the league. Champions League's a bit more difficult. I have to use fans' cuts for that, because they won't let me use the proper footage, breach copyright and everything else. But that said and done, I'll be putting together a compilation of the goals, like I said, and I'll be running it to a background of a song that my son has put together. It's all about Pafos FC. Be there or be square. You've got to watch it to see it. And I'll probably do that towards the end of the playoffs. And we'll see what you think of it. Anyway, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook. And I will post soon which matches we've got and when, as soon as that information comes through. Okay, people. So have a great weekend and Pame Pafo! Let's go!